Welcome everyone, Adam the Woo here, starting off the day with something I've never tried before, a skinny PB&J, strawberry, blueberry, I think there's some banana in there, of course peanut butter and coconut milk. Oh, that's good. It's my second channel, daily vlog channel. It's the TheDailyWoo. That car is completely decked out. Check out that little teeny tiny minivan-esque vehicle. Heading up to the observatory via the scenic route. Going right up there. If you don't feel like hiking, this is probably the best spot to get a view of the iconic sign. My friend is in town with his girlfriend one more day. They fly out tomorrow, and they wanted to take a look at some famous Los Angeles spots. That's why we're here. There have been an incredible amount of movies, TV shows, and productions filmed right where I'm standing, and I will discuss those in great detail. We'll dive into those subject matters at a later date in a future vlog. Today, just hanging out. I'll probably take you inside and show you what's in there, but there's really no rhyme or reason, just hanging out, enjoying the day. But to be honest, any excuse to come up here to the top of the mountain to this epic structure, I will completely embrace and take. A slight throwback to what I did the other day, the wisdom tree. Take a look at the peak to the far left of the sign. Look very, very closely. You can see a single tree right there on the hill. That's where I hiked to. It's amazing, right? Just one single tree survived the wildfires of 2007. Still remains. Even through the semi-dense smog, get a pretty good view of not only downtown, but all the encompassing other areas. Just look at, I never can really fully wrap my head around the size. And then way over there, might be hard to see it, but there are a few tall buildings, and I believe, don't quote me on it, but I believe Nakatomi Plaza from Die Hard is tucked away over there. Which place has more smog, Shanghai or Los Angeles?
Shanghai.
How much more smog in Shanghai versus Los Angeles?
3 times.
So 3 times thicker.
Yeah.
So this is nothing. This is basically nothing when it comes to smog.
Yes.
You can breathe, you can breathe easy here.
Yes.
See, a lot of people think this is a lot of smog, but she's confirming the fact that Shanghai beats this by a long shot. I can kind of understand the philosophy behind leaving your mark, like inscribing your name in a location of somewhere you visited for future people to see. But what I don't understand are certain things that are written on properties, like your Instagram handle might not be the smartest idea. Social media contact information probably is not the wisest thing to do when you're desecrating the side of a historic building. Out front on the concrete, they have a label of the sun, and if you back away just a little bit, you can see the orbit of Mercury and Venus, and then next Earth, which we are currently inhabiting, and then Mars. And then you'll notice there aren't any more orbits for quite a while. In fact, some of them go way over there. I decided it'd be easier to just walk over and show you. All the way over here is the orbit of Uranus, right there. Not over where the inner 4 rings are. That guy thought I was talking to him. And this chart shows in better detail of the property. You can see faintly the observatory layout drawn there. And look how far the rings go out, way over past the observatory. I never noticed this before. It's pretty fascinating. They have this light up display of the periodic table. Pretty interesting. There's carbon, nitrogen, arsenic. And you'll notice down here in the far corner, the plutonium is empty. Doc Brown was here. This particular coil has been here since 1937. They only run it sporadically for very short bursts, because when it was on the other side of the complex, it caught fire once. This is basically a bird's eye view of a model of the Griffith Observatory that opened on May 14th, 1935. And you can see the lights illuminate some of the different telescopes that are here. It's quite a complex. This 240-pound steel ball keeps perfect time as the Earth turns. It continues to move in a very specific pattern, knocking down these little metal pieces that tell you exactly what time it is. And it's connected to a heavy-duty metal rope and is connected up top to this very majestic, beautiful piece of art on the roof. A slightly more archaic way than just looking at your cell phone to see what time it is, but you know, this works also. Colonel Griffith J. Griffith. Yeah, he had a first and a last name that were the same. He got rich through mining and real estate. In return, he decided to give something back to his adopted hometown of LA. And there he is, looking north to the Hollywood Hills in the 1900s. And we have him to thank now for the Griffith Observatory. Slightly uncommon for someone to have the first and last name that are the same. It's also uncommon for someone to build something this impressive. Most impressive. Normally what I do when I get a ride to the top of the observatory, I take the Uber and have it drop me off right up there. But instead of having the Uber driver drive up the side of the hill to pick me up, I just walk it. I go down to the bottom and wait down there. Saves the driver a little bit of a trek, and walking downhill's much easier than walking uphill. Look at the paint job on this van. Ooh, smoke something I will. I have some bad news if you're a fan of the filming locations from Back to the Future. Right here is where the starting line was that Marty took the DeLorean, banged his head against it to get it to crank. The tree, that iconic tree that was right here next to this pole, and the bench in that scene was over here. That tree has been uprooted, erased from existence. If you look closely, you can see kinda sorta where it once was. I've done the locations many, many times. This is sad. That's sad. There was a time many, many years ago, I had a dream, a vision, a picture in my head to do a cross-country bus trip before I ever thought I would arrive in California nor live here. This is back probably in the late 90s, maybe even before that. I wanted to see with my own eyes the filming locations of my favorite movie. Now I live here. And one of those iconic staples of the movie itself is completely gone. Interesting how life works and memories flood back. Arrived now at a location that I really honestly have no business ever being at. Rodeo Drive, Beverly Hills. That's where I want to be, the mecca of very expensive stores that I cannot afford. But you know, window shopping's fun. I've always wanted to walk down this road. What the heck? This is Rodeo Drive. You spelled rodeo. This is, I guess you could say this is my first rodeo. I think I blend in gracefully with my $12 checkerboarded backpack, right? Underneath Giorgio Armani. I fit in, I fit in. That large drink looks very refreshing, as do these donuts here at the Hermes store. Look at the Hollywood City tours going by, not just one, but it's been booked so many times they need 2 vehicles to make it happen. And if you look very closely, there's a pair of pants up in that window, a very large pair of pants. That is a very decorative building across the street. Some of these names I've only heard of in movies and television shows. Wow, look at the exterior of this place. Fancy. And if you're in the mood for a new Rolex, this is the place to get it right here. The Gucci building looks like a water-flowing plethora of gold. I see some spacesuits up there and flying saucers dangling from inside the window. Oh, that's probably under $20, right? That's part of the discount rack, maybe, hopefully. What do you think the car payment would be on that Rolls? Not pretty. Am I going crazy or is she flirting with me? Are you flirting with me? Ah. Either that or she has some sort of a nervous twitch. I think it's just a nervous twitch. It's just a nervous twitch. Wandered around inside here for a little bit. One thing I noticed, there's no price tags on anything. And the majority of the employees and security were looking at me like, what's he doing here? This display is illuminated, but if you look closely in the boxes, there are little foamy items stretching upward, kind of similar to the purse strap itself. I think that's supposed to represent what the purse looks like. She's just chilling in there. Saks Fifth Avenue. You might remember this from 2001. It made news because Winona Ryder tried to steal $4,700 worth of merchandise by putting it in a bag. She was caught for shoplifting. And that was it right there. That's where it happened. I guess that's pretty much what it's known for now. I just ordered an Uber. I just thought, I think that's him. I think that's our Uber, right? Is that our? Oh wait, no. I thought for a second there, I thought that was the Uber I ordered. I was just joking. This is my Uber. Actually, no. This. Okay, we're getting to the bottom of this. That's my Uber. There's the famous sign. Not as iconic as the Hollywood sign, but pretty close. It's been said at some hours of the night, young Axel Foley can be seen hanging out over there. I heard a rumor, and it looks as if the rumor has been confirmed. Guess who's back? Back again. It's Argyle the pig, except this time he's no longer coated in topiary goodness. He has AstroTurf on him, almost like something you would see on a miniature golf course. But it's him. You can't fool me, that's you. Argyle, I thought you were pig-napped, but you weren't. You were just changing clothes. So good to see. And there's no bottles of booze. Have you cleaned up your act? Look, there's absolutely not one beer bottle or shot glass around. It's good to have you back, buddy. It's good to have. Say it. You know you want to say it. Come on, say it. Cat got your tongue? All right, I'll say it. Hog